Everyone. Welcome to our conversation about goal setting with Kajal Kumar. And welcome, Kajal.
Thank you.
Just to get us started, would you like to say a little bit about yourself and then what kind of work that you're doing just now, and then we'll go straight into talking about goal setting.
Absolutely. So I'm Kajal Kumar, and my practice is in Harrow, but I work online and offline as well. And I am a goal setting coach. I help my clients to achieve their goals very effectively.
Fantastic. So you're there behind them and supporting them to get their goal
Totally.
setting. Yeah, that's great. So this video and this conversation is specifically just about helping people reach their goals, set their goals. And I suppose, first of all, can you say a little bit about why it's so important to actually start setting goals? We want to achieve something. Why is it important that we do this goal setting?
Well, it's like if we don't have goals, then we don't know what we're going for, going after. We don't know that, right? And so it's like you're just walking in the dark and you don't know where you're going to end up, what you're going to get. Just imagine yourself to be in a dark tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're there and if you're just trying to go here and there, you're going to bash into things and all sorts of things. And you might not even get so scared as well because you can't see anything going forward. You might be just stuck there and you won't, you may see that, tiny light at the end of the tunnel. But if you don't know how to get to that, what are you going to do? Okay, so
Yeah.
if you have goals, then at least you know the direction. You know that every step you take forward is going to take you to that little light, and that light is going to become big light. And you'll be very happy once you achieve goals. But goals, it's like a direction. Where we going? Why we going? What is the reason behind and what we want to achieve. So goals are very, very important. Like it's uh, like it's basic. You got to have some goals and such.
Yeah. So instead of wandering about and like maybe as you said, like when you said that, like you could start getting scared, like being in that tunnel, and that can be what it feels like when we have ideas and we don't have the goals or we're not setting them, then it can be, well, where are we going to go? And it gets quite
Absolutely,
scary.
because when we get see the idea that you have a passion or you have your strong why,
Yeah.
but if we don't know, we are not clear about how to get there, then it's just not gonna. The fire isn't gonna keep going, is it? So
Yeah.
goals are to keep that fire going because you didn't have a step-by-step way forward. You see.
Yeah, that's fantastic to stick to the why, but then make the why come about and actually like achieve something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so you're helping therapists set their goals, reach their goals, which is fantastic. So that's a great service that you're offering. Can you say a little bit about your why around that, like why you're really passionate about helping therapists set and reach their goal?
Absolutely. That's my journey. 10 years ago, I started my own journey on counseling and
Hmm.
psychotherapy. And I was really, I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have any support. I didn't really understand how to go forward. But because I was very proactive and very ambitious about making my private practice, successful.
Yeah.
I managed it. I learned a lot of tools and techniques, and I followed from a lot of people. But then, looking back, I thought actually no, I want other therapists to be benefiting from my experience, my all the learnings I have learned, and all the hard work I did.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
want them to learn from it, so they don't have the journey that I had.
Yeah.
At least now I didn't know that time a lot about goal setting either. And so I managed, I just did here and there. I was in that dark tunnel, but I
Right.
kept kind
Hmm.
of going forward. But what I want to give my clients, the therapists, is the tunnel, but with a
Hmm.
light in it so that they know where they're going. And I'm there at the back, holding them, helping them become their accountability partner. So I want them to achieve what I've achieved.
Fantastic. Yeah. So you know the journey that they're on, and you probably will know some of the points where they've got to and where they come to you and they're stuck. You probably have got, you've kind of had that experience with them as well, or in the
Absolutely.
past. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want them to suffer.
No,
There's
exactly.
a
Yes.
shortcut, just use the
Yeah.
shortcut. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that, so as you say, if you don't have that, then everything can feel like a struggle or, but yeah, because the therapists have a really strong why as to why they're a therapist. So it's like,
Absolutely.
yeah, they really need and could really benefit from that support from you around what you've learned so far and
Yeah.
up
And
to
when
now.
I was, yeah, exactly. And when I was doing it, it was just like, I knew I needed to keep going, but it kept feeling like, will I ever, But now I look back
Right.
and I said, actually, I was on the right track, but it took me longer time because I didn't have all these tools, techniques, support, accountability partner. So that's why
Yeah.
it took me a little longer. So I want to save the therapist, time and all the aggro about it. So, why should, if there is a better way, why not?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's the better way that you're helping supporting therapists.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is fantastic. So because it's all about goal setting, one of our goals was to give a top tip, wasn't it, on this video? Because anybody watching, we really appreciate their time. So, we're going to talk about, something that you can offer. So for a moment then, could you give us like a place to start? So if a therapist is looking, they've got lots of goals, they've got lots of ideas,
Mm.
like where would you suggest the starting point is with that?
I would say start with being clear about what is that you want to achieve. Yes, you're a therapist and you want to, but what is that ultimate goal that you have? What is your dream, that what you want to achieve? If you
Mm-hmm.
become a bit clear about it, and I'm going to give you another couple of tips as well.
Okay, thank
And
you.
so, and then write them down, all the
Right.
steps that you're going to need to. First of all, you got to understand what is your main goal, because we have lots of ideas all around. And so pick one that is most, close to your heart, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's what you want to achieve, and then write down what steps you're going to need, or what you need to um, achieve that goal. And that lastly, I would say part of that one tip is that you need to prioritize all the lists that you made to where you need to begin. So once you have all this in place, I think that your steps forward are become much easier, like like stepping stone you're putting, and you can walk on there and get to the other end
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
beginning.
yeah. I mean, when you say that, it seems so clear in their talk about clarity, but that is a real major step then to start getting the clarity, to writing it down. Yeah,
And then prioritizing them, because
yeah,
yes, we write it, because a lot of ideas, all around, these days now on social media, we hear so many things and so many different, and it's so exciting and inviting, but we need
yeah.
to focus on ourselves, we need to ground ourselves, and then say, what is my why, what is that I want to get, and then write down all the steps you didn't require. For example, if you're just about to start your own private practice, you need to know,
Yeah.
do I need website, do I need to social media, or do I need, we need to then talk about in my sessions, I go much more deeper into
Mm-hmm.
all each aspects, and then we work out exact steps that we need to take, what is first we need to do, then the second, third, like that, so that people have it's like we're not going all over the place, we have a very great
Yeah.
right direction going forward.
Yeah, fantastic, which is so important. And I think that accountability as well, which is really important. And I think that was going to be my next question then. So, like setting the goals and like thinking about them, getting a bit of clarity is a
Mm.
really, really good first step. So, we hope everyone has got a pen and a piece of paper and taken some time and written down those first steps. So, even just the doing that part of the goal setting
Absolutely, it's a
is, yeah.
beginning, it is, this is the first step you must do.
Yeah, okay. So everyone watching the video, get your paper out, write down your goals, and then write down the priorities. And yeah, the
And then
steps
write down
first.
and then prioritize them, the steps that are written down, prioritize when, what needs to be done first, second, third, etc.
Perfect. That's why you're the goal setting coach, Kajal, because you know what's going on. So that's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, and I really encourage anyone that's watching. I do. I've kind of repeated that because it's really, because we can watch, like you said before, we can be listening to lots of stuff on social media. We can watch lots of stuff, but until we actually take action, it's really not going to help us. So please get the goals get the goals down on paper and write the what Kajal just said. you know, okay, okay. So yeah, and that leads on to my next question. So when therapists do have their goals and they're ready then to come to yourself, as a goal setting coach, like actually setting the goals, achieving them isn't easy. So what is it that's different about your coaching with therapists to really guide them in that goal setting?
So what I offer is that like I get very clear about their goals, clear about their why, when what we need to, like the steps I've given. But like I said, we go much more deeper into it, understanding, and I can guide them about where they can go and get other, because I'm not going to be their social media manager, but I can help them how to do. And not everybody's going to hire a social media manager, so I help them how to, what is needed, some strategies that I know that they can go and guide and learn from somewhere, what are the steps to get there. So I take them to a very, little steps and help them to kind of, and then they go and do. So I give them a step by step for each part to go and work on it. And one different about me is that I am their accountability partner. I like them achieving their goals, so I'm always there for them. If they're confused, they forgotten, they find it difficult, they can always contact me back again, and then I can either message them, call them, or we book a call and then explore it together. And then so they don't feel alone. They don't feel, oh, she's given me the goals and steps, but now how I'm gonna go forward. But if you know somebody's there just right behind you, holding you, then you feel encouraged, empowered. And that's what I would like to do for my clients, empower them, help them. And once they achieve their goal, I feel like my job is done,
Yeah. And you really have that sense of, you're really proud of them, they're really proud of themselves. And there's that really a whole growth mindset that then comes from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that you're a real stand for that, for like standing behind people and really being, or your clients, and really having the support around and ready for them.
Because I didn't have that, and I know how important it is. And if and actually I'm getting that, now coming into the coaching world and everything. So I managed to have that full practice, but also my coaching practice as well. Because I knew all those things. It's successful as well. So if I can do two, I want everyone else to do at least one.
Yes, absolutely. And that's like, your passion for that is all over that. You can really tell that you've been through a lot of stuff yourself. You have a lot of techniques and tools that you can help other therapists really reach their goals, which is fantastic. So that's a great offer that you're giving. So your coaching is around a 6-week. Do you want to talk a little bit about what your coaching layout is, just quickly, the fact that what will happen, how long it is, and
so it is a 6 weeks program. We start with, first of all, other thing I include in my 6-week goal setting program is it's mindset shift. Because that's the most important part. Loving and wanting to do this and that, it's great, but if we don't have the right mindset, we're never gonna do that. Even if I give you goal setting step by step, if your mindset isn't there, if you have that I don't really want to call it negative, but it's it's like if you think it's not for me, or I don't think I can get there, or it's for other people, or scared, you have no confidence, your self-esteem is affected, all of that, then no matter what I give you on a platter, it's not going to work. So I start with the basic thing is that I look at people's mindset. I give them a quiz, I get them to see what they, and then if I need to shift their mindset, I help them to do that with the different tools that I have. And once we got that right mindset, and then we look into our why, vision, and everything. So I take them through all that journey, and then we work out goals again, as I said, setting. And it seems like just goals setting and achieving, but it's a lot of process in between.
Sounds like it.
So and then once they've done that, and then they can either go ahead and book think of other goals that they want to achieve, because this is just starting, right? And then you can either they know now how to do certain things. They might want to sit down and just take next step to either work out the goals and want to go and do it by themselves, great. If they want to continue with me, then I can offer that as well. So I'm there all the time, as much as and as little they want me to be.
Yeah, that's lovely. And that, I think that accountability for, first of all, being there for them, being there for your clients as they change their limiting beliefs over to those really powerful mindsets. And that sounds like you're really laying the foundation for them. And that foundation is then where you build your goals. Because as you say, you can then be, chasing after your goals. But if you really don't have that foundation, it's then going to be, you are going to wobble, aren't you? If you don't have the accountability, it's not as easy then to go for it and complete it and actually reach your goals, because that is the end point, isn't it? That's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So full package I give from beginning till the end.
Absolutely. And I like what you're saying about that you're concentrating on one thing, you know, because sometimes people might get a little bit unsure. They're going into coaching and they have to do everything at once, and whatever they're going to get coached on, is it going to like change the entire thing, all the things all at once? But what you're saying is that, well, let's take our time, build the foundations, get that next goal that's so important, and then step on to the next and the next.
Absolutely. So, we can't jump onto from here to just somewhere, you know, one step at a time.
Yeah.
And then the other step and third step and fourth, it becomes much more easier once you've gone through this process of the first 6 weeks program, and then the rest becomes much more easier, because then once this mindset is clear, then you're not focusing on it. So you're more focusing on other goals, and there can be more goals and more steps and taking on the next level and the next level. So sky's the limit.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The sky's the limit, because it's then like unbelievable what they can then, you know, what your clients can then achieve after from working with you. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So therapists watching this video no doubt now have on their piece of paper
hope so.
goal. Like, yes, we hope so. They've been doing homework. So as we've been talking, I can imagine our viewers have been writing down some goals and writing down can you explain that again? It was the goals first, and then...
So first one was to get clarity on what is that they want to achieve. Then they write down, once that particular goal, then they write down what steps they need to do, because only they will know what they've done so far with that, right? So then now they need to, and if they're not clear about it, you know, they can jump on a discovery call with me and I can help them with that. If you do have a clarity, if you are going to write down the steps that you need, and then you prioritize them. So then otherwise we can't do, you know, if you haven't created a website, you can't just create a website, because you need to create content first, right? And then you can have a website, and then you can put it on. That's not the first step, you know. So I go into so little details of this, so that it's not like we're jumping from here to and then like, oh, that was needed 10 months later, not now, kind of thing. So I take them, so when they prioritize what is that they need, the next step according to them. So once they've done all of that, then it's easier. But you asked me to repeat, so they did that.
No, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So on the piece of paper, it's got the clarity of the goal that they want to achieve, our viewers. And then they've got their steps, and then they've got
prioritize them. Yeah. Absolutely.
The thing about that piece of paper and that what they have, and it's so exciting because now, you know, you as a viewer now have this piece of paper. And so you mentioned there's something that you're offering too around that. So therapists can bring what they've written down after watching this video, and you're offering that they can then come and have a chat with you. Is that correct? On a discovery about that particular goal?
So I invite them to come with this piece of paper on a discovery call with me. I get a little bit insight into what is their focused goal, whatever that, why they were even watching this, what is that they want to get out of this, and then I can help them having a bit of more clarity on those things that they've written it down in my discovery call, so I understand what's going on for them, and then give them a tip to kind of take one step forward.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so they can then get on that call, take that, you know, there's what they want to achieve, and take it to you, and then you'll really quickly be able to see, right, okay, here is your next step, because it's, as you said before, it's all a process of step by step. So it's not as you say, you can't just jump and then the goal's done, and it's about the steps. And if you can then give them that next step, and I think that to me is really shouting out clarity, like you're given on that call that you're offering, they're going to go away with a lot of clarity and what they're working on next.
And that's my kind of, that's what I want to give them, because they're taking that step to get on the discovery call, because that shows me that they are really keen to kind of get their goals met.
Absolutely, absolutely, because it's a lot about taking that first step, isn't it? Because like
Hardest.
and I know as well, that's right. And just taking the next step, it can be hard, but it's mostly the best step, the first step that you take to get help, to get accountability, to reach any goal that they have set for themselves. So what is the best way to get in touch with you, Kajal, to book
I
this
would
call?
encourage people to go onto my website and contact me through my contact page. My website is www.clearskycoaching.co.uk.
Yeah, great.
So I have two websites, that's why I got confused there, but I want people to contact me through Clear Sky Coaching website.
Absolutely. And are you also, could you say a bit about where you are on social media, and if people were...
Yes, I'm on all social media, and I've been very busy doing and helping people to just, asking a lot of questions. I'll ask, giving some insights. My blogs post are there on there as well on the video forms. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Great.
You can so if website is difficult to contact me, don't worry that you only can contact me through website. Contact me through any social media platform. It's not a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if they just type in there's whatever social media they're on, type in Clear Sky Coaching, then
or my name, Kajal Kumar, either way I should both come up.
Absolutely.
And start following me or something, so that you can keep up with what I'm doing and what I'm offering. And there might be some tips in my blog posts that I'm doing as a video. They're mostly just tips, so just follow them, and if you might get some helpful support there.
Absolutely, because that's the nice thing about social media. You're sharing support, but to get that really direct help, don't hesitate to get the call booked with you, because this is the most important and the next step kind of thing. So fantastic. It's really, really nice to hear about how you're supporting therapists, Kajal, and I know it's going to make, or it is making already, a big difference to people out there, and people, therapists setting their goals. Please don't hesitate to contact Kajal, and wherever you're watching this video, there will be a link to have some access to Kajal and to really book your call. And if you've been watching the video and you haven't yet written down your goal, then please make sure you write it down, because it will make a difference. It can't be understated how, or it can't be said enough how important that is to get that written down. To start thinking about your steps and thinking about moving on. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm looking forward to the calls.
Absolutely, yes, and hearing all the goals that are now going to be set and achieved as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kajal, for your time. And
thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Thanks for everyone that's watching. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.